One love, Delta9 travelers. One love. Welcome in. Welcome into this special edition of Live right here with Delta9 Media. I'm telling you, it's a special flight. We got a jam-packed presentation for you. Thanks for being a part of the early part of the live. Now, as you come in to this live presentation, on your way in, Delta9 travelers, please and thank you. Hit that thumbs up button and help to boost this video in the algorithm. Let persons know that Delta9 Media is live right now, and we're getting into some of the very important and trending headlines. Big up to 13 priceless ones. Thanks for being a part of the live. Now, these are some of the headlines, plus a lot of other very important and trending updates and headlines international as well that we will be getting into in this live presentation. The president has a conversation that he would like to introduce persons to, and there's a number of insights that we're going to be expounding upon and getting into different details from persons all over the globe and on the ground. But the president had this to say a while ago, and we're going to be hearing some more.
I am not telling you about agriculture from a position of not walking the walk, because I went to the bank long now. I took loans upon loans because I invest in agriculture. I love agriculture. So I'm not speaking to you from a tower that I don't know what you go through.
Delta9 Media. Listen, the president is saying he would have gotten a number of loans. He loves agriculture. He's a part of what's going on, and he's speaking from a perspective of participation. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? That and other headlines we'll be getting into in this live presentation. Even more headlines like this.
Because from Susie, the word generational wealth started. So you want to know if you also had generational wealth. Generational wealth as well. To find yourself $2 billion, in excess of $2 billion, to spend on this mega farm.
With a B, allegedly, with that rancho going on right there. Let's hear some more of these headlines, because guess what? Persons were speaking on this from both sides of the political spectrum. We got all of those headlines coming up for you.
With every passing day, we witness the glaring desperation of a man who seeks to remake his image and repackage himself as the most caring and concerned citizen. But all he does is reveal his hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of Azruddin Mohamed is blinding and truly tells of the dangers of a man who is Guyana's most notorious character, prone to criminality as described by the filings supporting his indictment by a United States court.
Hello, my fellow Guyanese. My name is Kwame McCoy, and I am the Minister of Information within the Ministry of Information within the Ministry of the Prime Minister. I would like to respond to the vulgar and abusive remarks that have been made by Azruddin Mohamed. My fellow Guyanese, Do not be dissuaded by these people trying to make y'all think we are stealing every penny from Guyana.
I'm telling you, yo, we got a jam-packed presentation. You think persons are wasting time to respond to these headlines? Those and so many other headlines. We're going to hear from the doctor as well on this live presentation.
Back under the PNC, they rigged the election. They engaged in assassinations, political assassinations. They were intolerant of dissent. Was to economically rob Guyanese. There was nothing to rob Guyanese. The little they got, they engaged in economic nation building.
Those and other very important and trending headlines and updates right here on this live presentation. So as you come into the International Digital Connection, please and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you thumbs up the live and help others to be aware that we are having the serious, right thinking conversations right here on this platform today about a number of headlines. We heard some from the doctor. Now, Win is also going to be exposing these details about the comparison between the APNU and the PPP. I'm sure that a lot of persons will want to hear that as it relates to sugar in Guyana, one of the biggest industries. Yeah, we're going to be getting into that. Matter of fact, I ain't even do my sound check and go and make sure that I'm coming through clearly. I'm busy dropping these headlines. Okay, I see the 9s coming in. Thank you very much, travelers, for updating me. Listen.
Therefore, 88,000 tons of sugar in 2020. That is when the PPP got back in office. In 2021, that was a full year plus for the PPP. They produced 57,000 tons of sugar, 58,000 tons of sugar. Now, in one calendar year, you fell short over 30,000 tons of sugar. And here it is. 2 years after, which is 2022, they produced 47,000 tons of sugar. So if you take 88,000 tons of sugar at the end of 2020, and by the end of 2022, you produced 47,000 tons of sugar, that is where the questions should have been asked.
I'm telling you, a whole lot of questions and a whole lot to be answered. And we're going to be getting into some of them angles and analysis right here. So we could suss out some of the details of what's going on the ground in Guyana, internationally, and all the updates coming in on these trending headlines. Let me shout out some of the travelers that are live with us. Big up to all of those live with us right now from all over the globe. Where are you tuned in from right now? I'm coming live to you from the sunny Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Rugranat, what's going on, King? Rugranat is dropping the 9s into the comment section. That means they're coming through and they're coming through clearly. Big up to all the moderators. Paulette, thanks for being a part of the live. Paulette is saying good afternoon to Delta9 Media family and viewers. Rugranat, another moderator in the house with us. Big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Swan Girl, thanks for being a part of the live. Swan Girl done highlighting the lies already from early, calling them out. Big up yourself, Swan Girl. Annette, thanks for being a part of the live presentation. Navjo, one of our loyal supporters and a frequent traveler right here on Delta9 Media. Good evening to Delta9 Media crew and all of the flyers. Big up yourself, Navjo. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you got a chance to see some of the headlines that we'll be getting into in this live presentation. Shout out to all of the frequent travelers. Junia, thanks for tuning in. Shaniza, lies, lies, and more lies. Person's calling out some of the headlines that we'll be getting into. Big up to all the travelers nonetheless. As we start off with the leader of the opposition out and about. But guess what? This time is a big confrontation between him and the representative from that area. Let me see what's going on right here on the ground.
Oh, you're saying tomorrow?
Tomorrow they're getting light.
Now this is
We gotta ensure that this community must get light and must get water. Oh, she's the leader of the community. Okay.
Same woman.
Oh my.
Same woman. Look, she's here.
Miss
Ungrateful woman.
Tell you. Aye, aye, aye. Never a dull moment on the ground. But the thing is this, we're going on with the people without light. And you see, if there's not a certain amount of unity amongst the opposition, maybe keep that in mind, that is a very slim to impossible chance that Guyana will ever see a change in the power structure, which could cause a lot of these present situations to continue, buddy. Do you see what's going on right here? Big up to all the frequent travelers in the live right now. Thanks for tuning in.
Baby, how are you?
Yeah, but when I got 5 million, you're not great. I'm still happy. You got proof? Thank God for your 5 million. I got proof. God see you. God know you. And God will judge you. By the works you do, you will get paid.
Yes, by the works I do, I'm
You will get paid. God will do everything for best for you.
You benefited
Art.
everything. You benefited mom, you benefited
Art, mom,
everything you benefited.
Art, when your community will get light? When? Come please.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow you getting light?
Okay.
No, that's a government building in front there. They feel.
Yes, because we requested it.
All right. Mom, let's talk. You ain't gotta raise your voice. You ain't gotta raise your voice.
Me no want thing.
I want you to represent your community.
Listen, me representative make we get land, we get light, water, everything.
But what
in the
light? Look, I
community.
just visit 8 houses and I'm on my way going down to visit more. No
Why you
light.
want it? So bad you bad man? So bad you want to become
No, because I'm upset because
you don't want-
we can't
if
get
you
animals
innocent, go
getting
to
light and
United
water.
States for
We want to ensure that your community get light.
we gonna get the light.
When you get a light? Tell me when.
Listen, when we gonna get the light?
The light
Tomorrow we gonna get the light. I'm gonna show you we gonna get the
Only
light.
she put their light. Nobody else can get.
So this is the PPP representative.
Oh,
She
yeah.
looks
Oh,
intoxicated.
Who's the vice chair?
that live in all these homes. All this home, all the years y'all when you
You
went
see,
in
you see when you live in lodge,
doing.
this is what she get from the
This
government.
is what the
Oh, she got a
PPP
vehicle.
has
Vehicle, so she could talk big.
representing the
This is the
people.
government vehicle, so she could talk big. And also she's in the policing group and she behaving like that. She's the policing group. She and her husband and she followers.
She got
them.
dark tints.
Yeah, this how she's moving large.
Let me see the. Well,
She's moving large, so she could talk big.
she got dark tints.
Yeah. This is the same.
I talking to you what I know about. I talking to you what I know. I
So this is the
talking.
government boss.
This is what it
This
does. This is
man
what she
here
did.
used to live
Oh.
4 miles in the back dam. You hear? 4 miles without nothing. Huh?
Alfred, Miss Alfred, the little children that are going to school,
The little children?
don't they deserve better?
Only know you they gotta deserve better. They're supposed to deserve long before
Miss
that.
All right, thank you. Thank you for admitting that.
Miss Alfred, I am asking
They're
you a
supposed to
question.
benefit long when APNU in power. This lawyer man, one name when
2015,
he went there.
2020, 2025, none of them. APNU,
Where she
PNC,
living?
PPP, none of them
She got
give
light?
them people this life. Don't they deserve like to do their homework? And
Ask yourself, because you went in.
you are defending them not having any light.
You see the building over there?
And
This
you
is
are
the
accepting
chairman house.
less.
The chairman house.
What
You know
kind
how
of
that building come? That building come.
Everything
Miss
The
Alfred.
chairman took office.
There's the chairman house. And there we go. Walk. I'm going to show you how.
Oh my, it can't work. She's doing.
Imagine though, right? A person defended the fact that that blackout all the time, they not no light since then, so why they should get light till now? If the suffering since then, why they can't suffer some more now? Could you imagine though? If you are the person that got to live under them circumstances there. You understand just how devastating the kind of representation can be? Yeah, I'll hear the argument coming from that person who is allegedly supposed to be the leader in that community in one of the wealthiest countries in the world. What's going on since then? So, you know, it's somewhat accepted that it can be the norm now. But I'll think about these things, Delta9 travelers. I'm telling you, there's so many things and there's so many headlines that we got to get into. Pick up to all the travelers, them who are live with us right now in the chat. What are saying right now about that? You just get a chance to see some of what's going on with that so-called representation that's coming in right there. 13 is saying this, region 4. Delta 9. Conman and criminals are running the country. That's what Navjo's highlighting right there. I'm telling you. It's crazy when we analyze it, Navjo. It's a serious, serious situation right now on the ground, you know. And people are able to suss it out and call a spade a spade. People calling a spade a spade. Oliver said this one is a soup drinker, I tell you. Yeah. Bye. Oliver, when we analyze this, we realize why sometimes things take so long to really so-called progress on the certain persons, right? Because how could you defend something like that with all the solar electricity and access that persons are having to solar electricity in places like China? The fact that we have a close business connection with countries like China and the US, the fact that the country has so much affluence in resources and infrastructural development going on. Why, if we have less than 2 million persons needing this electricity right now, let me give it a broad brush and say we got 3 million people that need this electricity right now in Guyana. Why? With all the funds and with all the time that has been allotted and all of these budgets, this situation can get rectified. What are you saying about that? Right thinking Guyanese, right thinking persons around the globe. Big up to all the travelers right now. I ain't even want to say anything about it, Delta. I'm telling you, 13 is crazy when you think about it, right? Some people just totally lost. Yeah, it's a rough situation. Paul is saying this. She is comparing 5 on the APNU to 23 plus 6 with the PPP. She is a crazy person. I'm telling you, see, that's why I like the comment section, you know. Right thinking persons, persons with insights, persons who analyzing it, and even better, persons who know and understand what's going on in Guyana, because we part of everything what's going on right there. You understand, man? So we know the time that these persons went in power, and we understand the amount of time, the access to different resources, our budget versus regular budget, the size of the budget compared to the size of the budget that the APNU had. All of them things we understand, because we big And we ain't got to be too big because guess what? These days, you got social media and access to the internet where you could get all the information from the past and even information from a longer time in the past where we could understand information coming even from Walter and the founder leader and a number of other persons. Big up to all the travelers right now, dropping these insights into the comment section. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Well, guess what? The leader of the opposition was highlighting a number of things, right? The leader of the opposition was highlighting a number of things, some strong allegations about the president. Well, guess what? You know, over here at Delta9 Media, we keep saying unity or else. Unity or else is more the same. Well, guess what? One of the members of VPAC came out, and a number of other persons as well, and had these sentiments to share.
Do your work, go. You have a lot of penance to make up for. Go and do your work for the poor. But ain't nobody got no time about the PPP victimizing you because you had nothing to say about your very best friends for the last 6 years. And it's unbelievable to me that you only find out about this farm in the last 6 weeks. You know about it all along. You know where the black belly sheep was going, Azruddin, and you know where the chicken was going, and you know where the cow was going. That's how you know where to go to expose it to us. So Guyanese are not stupid, and we are not fooled, right? We are neither stupid nor are we fooled. And I would encourage you guys not to indulge yourselves in binary thinking. Don't encourage binary thinking. Oh, you either agree with Azruddin and you don't like the PP, or you don't like the PP and you did too. No. Both things can be true. You don't have to go in that direction. So Azruddin, you're a hypocrite. As much as you're criticizing Irfan for all of this nonsense down here, all this waste and squander, you had absolutely nothing to say about it for years and years and years and years. You had nothing to say when you were in Forbes magazine as one of the richest men in the world. You had nothing to say when you had your quarry license. You had nothing to say when you was milking the gold. They're going to go and ask these small gold miners about their experiences with you, Azruddin Mohamed. So you're a hypocrite. Thank you very much for coming to the fore to tell us about the farm now, that it seems your case going to call again. And you seem genuinely scared you're going to get sent out of the country. Now you come to dish the dirt. All the time you only know about the small people, but the chocolate factory lady, and you know about one Jill. So I don't know about the president's claim that you tried to blackmail him, but to me it's believable. To me it's believable, right? I don't buy that bullshit. So we're really fighting over billionaires, right? And let me just show you what the billionaires doing to this country. We right now we're in a dispensation where we have to pick between billionaires. Screw that. No, I want a country that's free from corruption, that's free from where people are literally sucking the tits of this nation, sinking their funds into our jugular vein and sucking us dry. And only when you fall out with the government, then you realize there's corruption. No, some of us have been out here for a clean decade highlighting the same stuff that you were funding, Azruddin Mohamed. You were funding this corruption, bro. So you don't get brownie points for coming to reveal your once best friend. Now it seems your ass is on the line and you might be on a plane out of the country. I'm sorry. And if Azruddin was not involved in any of the crimes that he says the Americans accuse him of or whatever, take a plane ticket and go. Take a plane ticket and go to America. And I'm sure the feds, that maybe they do weak, terrible investigations. Maybe they spend all this money because they just don't have any evidence against you. So go there and face the charges. Take all your evidence and show them. Right? Azruddin, just like Irfan Ali, take you guys to stupid people, just like Jack Dio. We take the pack of Guyana for stupid people. I'm fed up of it. We're not stupid. Irfan, Jack Dio, Azruddin, Amans, all of them, they think you are stupid. We're not stupid people. We can see. So go and face the charges, but I'm literally fed up and sick. Just as nauseous as I am seeing what Irfan has accumulated in these ministers.
I'm telling you, Bailey plug out and say, had enough, seen enough. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? What are your views about what Honorable Mr. Bailey is highlighting about these recent back and forths between the leader of the opposition and a number of revelations that would have came to light? I'm telling you, the updates has got the internet buzzing, local and international trending headlines. Mr. Bailey is saying, hey, you feel we stupid? You feel we can't see through what's going on right there? You feel we don't understand that red and blue is one, and now they're presented as two, and somehow they end up in first and second place. And somehow the opposition was controlled because of this sudden shift in power. And we're supposed to think that this is all natural or by coincidence. You should notice that this was something that might have been orchestrated. Listen, there's so much going on. And we have a poll up on the channel right now. I'm just going to ask moderation to bring it up so that we can get a chance to analyze what's going on the poll, so persons can participate, and the persons that were not live with us, they get a chance to realize what they might have missed. So maybe they're going to catch me next time we live at 6:30 in the evening or on any other time during the day, because we usually upload sporadically, so you never know when we're going to be live. So make sure that you subscribe, buddy. We're going to get a chance to see what's going on the poll, what persons are saying about the different choices there for voting, and then we're going to go forward hearing some more from Mr. Bailey. Big up to all the frequent travelers. Paulette is saying it's a shame. He running out to cover up. I'm telling you. Paulette is saying shame. Some people shame and they're running out. Take the investigation to the CCJ. That's what Andre is saying. Big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of the live. Oliver say, is who thief, be my goat. Hey, I tell you, big up to the comment section every time. You guys make it entertaining, funny, insightful. You know what I'm saying? I make this live presentation what it is. Oliver say, is who thief, be my goat. Pick up yourself, Oliver. Thanks for being a part of the live and for dropping that funny comment in the comment section. Asking how many houses he own. I'm telling you, Paulette, one of our insightful moderators, is asking that question right there. And I'm asking moderation again to pull up the poll on the live for me so we can show it to persons. But guess what? We're going to continue until moderation is ready. Then we're going to jump back in. What else are the travelers saying right now? Criticizing the Mohammed now is not serving the problem. We need the Mohammed to expose the PPP and put awareness to the people of what is taking place in the country. Powerful, powerful point now, Joe. That's why, as I always said, that over here at Delta9 Media, we always are going to advocate for unity amongst the opposition, because with that will come a greater possibility for a number of things in that power structure to be rearranged as is needs be. Big up yourself, and thanks for dropping that insightful piece of commentary in the chat so persons could understand how important it is that there is an amount of analysis, some amount of unity, some amount of restraint as we navigate through what's going on right here with these very strong allegations that are being presented and everything that's going on with this farm and everything else. Jeffrey, big up yourself. Moderation in the building. Thanks for being a part of the live. Good afternoon to Delta9 family. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Hold on. I'm trying to turn down the heat.
Alright, take your time.
Good evening, sir.
What going on now?
I did listening, watching, hearing. You see, like the old saying said, and Bob said, only your friend know your secret.
So only he could reveal it, right? I'm telling you.
In order to have, Georgia just works in a way that sometimes a lot of people on your platform are Christians, but they don't understand the teaching. They don't understand the teaching of it. You see, now, they say sometimes God has take the man who has the experience to lead the people out of the bondage and his crying out. Okay? I said it already.
Yeah.
A man who got to jail for selling drugs come out and start a reform, reform class. And a man who never went to jail, don't know much about drugs, come and start one. Which one you would attend?
The person with the experience.
There you go. So Mohammed have the experience with these people. The two giants, APNU is not a giant. They can't stand up to these guys. Mohammed highlighting these things, a lot of them didn't know what going on. Yeah, he was there at a certain time. But a man could have a change of mind, a change of soul, change of heart, because of what he constantly going on and he's saying, this is not right.
Yeah.
You know that? How many people go? How many people, right? Without knowing what they're getting into. And when they get into it, they see what's going on and say, I gotta get out. We gotta stop this thing that, and this is really the vision start, because when you name platform, they have a party. There is a party, right? Instead of bashing Mohammed, God sit down with Mohammed. This thing, they don't get it. Y'all bashing and bashing, everybody bashing who and bashing who. Y'all could not do this work by yourself.
This part of the point that I was highlighting, right? Importance of unity in the opposition. Very important. Very, very
important. They don't understand that. From Mohammed, all of them, they don't understand that. They need to sit as one. And once they start sit as one and start do certain things, you're going to see how the PPP going to react different.
They got to react different. They didn't have a choice because it's all about political power and maintaining the political power.
All right. Yeah. There you go. We know that. They don't start walking things so like Japan They're going to start 62, but you know why they're doing what they're doing? Because there's no unity among the opposition there. Mohammed is the leading opposition.
You partner them Pashway. If you partner them Pashway, you don't got no energy to fight me.
There you go.
You won't partner them got big swing out. You don't got no energy for go against. Or you going against me? You gotta deal with them first, buddy. You gotta deal with your host.
That's it. Don't get leading things for staring up. Look, 100 and something acres of land, bro. And man just sit on 2 acres of one and just bulldoze in the house, bro. Let it make sense.
The thing is all about this, parking one ship at a time. Which one is the most important one? and the one closest to the dock, that's the one we got to deal with first. And then we're going to deal with the other ships, right?
Yeah, the man talk about Philippine electricity. I tell people I'm an electrician by trade, bro. And I know the stores, how they operate and divide and cut off it. Everything was fixed. You go in Prattville. Prattville don't have blackout, bro. Prattville and them place don't have blackout. They have water charges, nothing. Everything is direct to and controlled.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, this guy wake up, bro. This thing is not about Mohammed. This is about your life. And when y'all decide to get it together as party leaders, opposition leaders, and members, and the people of these parties, then y'all gonna be free from all the PPP strangulation. But once y'all fighting against each other, 2031 gonna come, and them man gonna sit on right there for the next couple of years.
I'm telling you, 2037. Jeez. Insights coming in right there from one of the frequent travelers. Big up yourself, Al, giving us his views. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? Drop it into the comment section. Call it in. I'm going to make sure that I put the banner back up on the screen for all those who would like to give us a call. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's going on?
You calling me telling me nothing but nothing, man. What's going on?
I'm telling you, hey, you see the comeback? Unbelievable things. Unbelievable things can listen. I don't understand what's going on at Egypt, but it seems like if the mommy come back and just tie them up, you understand? It was full return of the mommy with Egypt, buddy. I know what to say. Because they had the world champions, the FIFA, the last champions in their hand. They could have won the World Cup there. They had 2 goals all the way down.
10 minutes plus and check.
3 goals in 30 minutes, bro. 3 goals in 30 minutes. Man, listen, man. You gotta give Messi props, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give Messi props, give the whole team the props because the whole team perform, you know?
I see again you come thing there, Morocco, the music could handle them.
You know, and I always back Morocco. You know,
they play a team. So I know that they're back or Morocco they got sided.
I'm telling you, I gotta go against Morocco in this case. But Morocco against anybody else is Morocco. Morocco against anybody else is Morocco. But Morocco against France, I gotta go with Mbappe, Dembele. The lineup is dangerous. The lineup.
Yeah, so, you know, one thing I want to ask you, bro. With these revelations Mohammed bringing out, is these revelations genuine?
It seems a bit. Listen, the revelations for me are revelations, but the thing is this: you still got to analyze, right? Holistically, what's going on in front of your face. Because you got to remember that this same person that is revealing these things is the person that was a heavy financier to the same collective, right? So one got to ask themselves, how much can you reveal without revealing your own self and implicating your own self in a lot that's going on right here? Just like Bailey was highlighting, you know?
Remember, my brother, they all say one thing and all have one thing in common. Remember this thing, my brother? They was the protector of these people. They was everything for them.
Yeah.
But now the table starts, bro. The table starts, now the man is neutral, my brother. is very neutral, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And all the revelations then is deep within. And we as Guyanese have to stop looking at Mohammed went with them and Mohammed went and Mohammed that.
Mm.
These are the revelations, my brother. We got to stand up by the revelations then and do something. That is what we got to do as a people.
Mm.
Just be over it too. The people say nobody reports it, but them have to go on the table.
But what,
No,
you don't think that when you analyze it like that, right? You're kind of closing your eye to a part of the reality that's before your face. We're looking to be divisive, you know. We're looking to be divisive, but we're still looking to be holistic in our analysis.
Bro, what I'm looking at with this man, this man is doing things from the bottom of the yard. He's doing things just to top slip.
Yeah.
This man doing things, brother, from the bottom of the yard. Yeah?
Yeah.
And people gotta start looking at the messenger and start listening to the flipping message. That is what these people gotta do, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We looking at the messenger too much and missing the important message. You know, I was on a program with the Jamaican, Belgium, and all them. There's three forums among them.
Yeah.
And you know the topic was animal farm.
Animal farm.
And this thing is right spectrum, my brother. This thing is not just Guyanese, this thing is a white spectrum.
I mean animal farm.
Reaching yourself, my brother.
I mean animal farm. They were talking about the same thing?
Animal farm.
Yeah, but you're saying they were having the same discussion?
Exactly, my brother.
Okay. So it's an international discussion now about the difference and everything that's going on.
And the objective is, they're saying in Barbados right now, that Martin right now, President, the Guyanese and this and that, but the Belgians want the Guyanese out to the place because the Guyanese doing the work. The Guyanese looking for do work. And the Belgians don't like Guyanese because Guyanese is work after them. You understand me, brother?
Yeah, man.
So they don't talk about me, brother.
Yeah.
Guyanese people gotta wake up, my brother. We be there too long behind and just taking chocolate, single chocolate in the eye and we just sit down.
Yeah.
Chocolate, my brother. And they don't listen.
Powerful point. You see, a number of variety. A number in the variety of views that we're getting about this topic. What are yours, Delta9 travelers? Let me see what some of the travelers are saying in the comment section. For those who would like to call in, let me make sure that I put this banner back up on the screen. Big up to all the travelers right now live with us. Okay, so we got the poll up on the screen. Do you believe the GPF or local bodies are capable of investigating a sitting president? Yes, law enforcement is independent. 20% is saying yes, the Guyana Police Force or local bodies are capable of investigating a sitting president in Guyana right now. That's the question. No, president immunity blocks it. And then we have 60% is saying, listen, bring in the FBI to do the investigation about what's going on with this farm and everything else connected to it. What are your views? That's the views of the persons right now making their votes count on the poll, on the channel. This is what the question is again. Do you believe that the GPF and local bodies are capable of investigating a sitting president in relations to everything what's going on right now in the country? Right? Do you think that the GPF and local bodies are capable of running this investigation? Yes, law enforcement is independent in Guyana. No, the president immunity blocks it. Or C, bring in the FBI. I see 65% is saying bring in the FBI. 17% split. Yes or no, 17% split. Big up to all the travelers that are live with us right now. I'm telling you, so much going on. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, I'm more up against some take out this chart and you read this chart.
Uh-huh.
No, my brother, with this chart. If the man, who's the head of the police?
Hmm?
Who's the head of police?
The head of the police force?
Yeah.
You mean the actual head or the commissioner?
Yeah, the commissioner.
No, the commissioner is just the commissioner, but the actual head of the armed forces will be the president himself, right?
No, that's the police department.
Okay. That would be the commissioner of police.
Good. And who is the commissioner of police to the president?
Well, he's pretty much instrument of, because wouldn't the president be the person that would appoint the commissioner?
Yeah, but every time the man gets lemonade, the man bringing 500 or something rand for drink lemonade and eat buns and them things and paying son one slab of money.
You know, I realize.
No.
You know, I realize something.
So how could the head of the police look after my interest as the boss body, man?
Okay.
You want to own that position? Only every Guyana defense force.
I know the well, it's gotta be whoever's at the look, the president would be at the head of all of these forces. For me, there's
right. The president is the head of the Guyana force. But in the other rank, where is the boss man? He's so stupid as the president. So how could we get a country running like that?
So you say you lose all confidence since the whole wedding planning situation and the money for the wedding and them things with Bacchus and all them things. Brutus.
I was planning to lose. I tell you what, figure a patient stuff. You start to call them can't survive.
I telling you. So that wedding plans mess up all other plans.
Exactly, my brother.
I
look at who's the other Suku. You know, look at these people. These people get an outside behind the back. Who they're going to investigate?
So you're saying clearly, hey, bring in the FBI.
And we can't bring in the FBI. How we going to bring in the FBI? We can't bring in the FBI.
All right. See, all right. See on your back. On your back end, you see how deep this corruption is, right? You can't do nothing about it. That's why most we could do about it is guess what? Hey, most we could do.
What we could do as people is stand up and stand down.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing, real thing, because guess what?
Stop this thing now.
It's either that or guess what?
People that stand up or stand down.
It's either that or guess what? The man is coming back in a little while. The man is coming back in a little while to have a discussion about everything that's going on over there. And you'll have a real understanding about the protocol, about the whole certain things. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Making Chinese jackasses trying to play down your program.
Yeah.
When you come back, you invite everybody to the animal farm. So you want to I know. You want to get a farm before you come back.
I'm telling you. Who remember this?
And I heard PM told them next year is the next
yo.
Thanks for calling in and for dropping those insights with us right here on Delta9 Media. I'm telling you, so much going on. Never a dull moment. And persons got a lot to say about these developments. Listen, it's good for us to get an analysis from those within law enforcement. 'Cause we was just talking about law enforcement, who's at the top and all of these things. Don't forget, Samsung keeping us connected no matter where in the world Delta9 Media is located. Big up to all of those who are Team Samsung, because guess what? That's the workhorse of Delta9 Media. Every time. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, Delta.
Yo.
Stop calling on the American, the ambassador, the FBI. They don't say already. In order to the FBI to come in to do anything in Guyana, they have to get permission from the government.
From the president. But the thing is this, why we were saying that is because guess what? If you're innocent of any kind of guilt and you're looking to clear your name before the people in your country and internationally, persons are already mixed your name up in these fraud and all of these things, and you're already vindicated, you are a twice sitting president, then why not have persons come in, do the investigation and clarify for the people on the ground that, listen, this is what happened and that's what happened, and clear the name of the president.
That's now if you're really truly innocent. But if you're not, why would you want to do that? A man that's clearly innocent of nothing tried would say, well, yes, agree to that. But a man who is not innocent. Remember, it's 19 crash charges, man, before judge, see like he's for running for president.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Why would I investigate myself when I know a dirty? America know the dirty. Just like America go in Libya, take out Gaddafi, go to last place Venezuela, take out Maduro. They could come and take him out. Because they have all the files on all these guys. Don't sleep. They have all of them files. That's why all them kissing and licking and sucking America to and backside.
I'm telling you.
Yes, right? So we gotta stop wasting our energy saying the US need to come in. Yes, they need to. But why I am saying don't even try to ask or requesting. God, the American don't know. And the American getting what they want from these guys. Americans who get a finger up these guys is
serious
of these guys is. And every time these guys make a move, America pushes and pull back their squeeze their feet.
A tight situation going on there.
Yeah,
it's rough. Big up yourself, man.
I do, Smith.
I'm telling you, a real squeezing situation going on. Seems like persons analyzing it and saying, by something crazy is the situation that would got persons acting in this manner. Big up to all the travelers right now that are analyzing this from a real place. What do you have to say in the chat? Thanks for tuning in, Hysen, and for supporting independent media. Hysen is one of our loyal channel members right here on Delta9 Media, saying good evening, Delta9, and all the listeners and all listening. Blessings. Big up yourself, Hysen, every single time. Thanks for supporting the platform by being a channel member. If you would like to become a channel member, the barcode is up at the top of the screen right there. Right at the top of the screen, scan the barcode and you can become a loyal channel member right here on Delta9 Media. Support independent media, buddy. Maybe here's some of what the top cops are highlighting about this situation right here.
Who will investigate? Soko?
So who can investigate a matter like this? Who? Tell me who. And if they have such a good relationship with the US that they claim, why not call in the feds? Why not call in some credible investigative body? I know it's because you call for the US. You got to call for credible people to investigate a matter like this, because this is not no easy investigation. Right. This is not no easy investigation. This got to go all the way back to make sure that your name clear, because if it is, as we say, you are so innocent, Mohamed is so vicious and vindictive and exposing you like that, why not call in a credible organization to come to investigate? They will never do that. Never, ever. Never, ever. Are they going to open account to Derek Thompson, the harness nest? Oh boy, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, already the top cops them saying right there. I tell you, big up to the top cop. Former Assistant Commissioner, Mr. Paul Slow. Thanks for dropping all of these insights and all of the work that you continue to do, highlighting and giving us all of the details from your many, many years of experience in the force. Speaking out, exposing corruption and incompetence. Make sure you subscribe. Tell them Delta9 Media send you. Navjo saying stop beating a dead horse. Ali and Jagbio will not allow the FBI to come into the country to investigate them. Real thing, Navjo. The man don't care what you say. You could talk cheese if we think about it. Tell we could bring in who? We care what you think about we and how you feel about what's going on here. What you gonna do about it? Can't do nothing about it, but the FBI could do something about it. So why would we play around with that? Powerful point, insightful point, coming in from Navjo, one of our frequent travelers right there. You see why it's important that persons drop insights into the comment section, because it helps the life to go in certain directions. Stanley saying, Delta9, you can't try the devil case in hell and get a guilty verdict. I'm telling you. Hey, these updates are going to be very, very interesting, Stanley. And guess what? Delta9 Media, as long as we're here presenting, we can make sure we bring all the updates and as many angles so we could suss out what's really going to come of this situation right here. Because there's a lot going on. Marcia saying Guyana president did not head that farm long. Those trees are too small. That amount of land could take 600 houses for poor people in Guyana. Wow. Thanks for being a part of the live, Marcia. Marcia is saying 600 people could live in there. And then guess what was all of the income that's coming in from it? How is it really benefiting what's going on? I'm telling you. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Greetings, Delta. Very, very interesting afternoon again. Yeah.
Pick up yourself. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, this whole situation there with that farm and whatever is coming out. Again, I don't think the police, they can do anything. Irfan has got everybody covered. This guy, Hickens go around all over the place with him. The army guy goes around with him. I mean, the Speaker of the House, who is supposed to be a neutral person, you can clearly see wherever they have stuff, he's always there. So it's a very, very tough situation. I don't know how this is all going to play out. I mean, it's good. I think the people of Guyana has got to wake up. I don't know when that's going to happen, bro.
That's the common conversation in this whole life. Everybody's highlighting that the people are going to make the difference. The power is in the hands of the people now to do something and make a change. Because guess what? We could talk cheese, but the same president is the one that would have to officiate the FBI to come in. We could say what we want to say, but the same president is the head of these armed forces that would have to do the investigation. So the power is in the hands of the people.
You know, and if you look at the relationship right now, this the American ambassador seems to be getting more and more comfortable with everything that's going on. I mean, I saw her and Irfan Ali were knocking glasses on the weekend. I mean, celebrating America's 250th anniversary.
Which is good. Which is good that they can have that kind of relationship. They should, because guess what? In a time like this, we need to be the greatest allies with the US because of what's going on with Venezuela. We don't forget that. So we're happy to see that kind of connection between the president and the ambassador. But we don't want to say that it is okay for that level of corruption that is being alleged to go on in the country, right?
Exactly. You know, look, as I told you yesterday, there was something at the stadium last night. I mean, bro, that thing was big. You should see. And right now, all of those clips are circulating. Like, you know, yesterday, I'll give you two scenarios. I mean, Kadaki tried to have a protest, or not protest, to enlighten people, so people come out. You know, what he's trying to do. You know, the turnout there was not that great. But at the stadium, bro, you should have seen, and again, it's all Afro-Guyanese, right? The majority. And when the PPP use all of these clips and show the world, like, you know, everybody, they're going to say, tell me, where is the unhappy people? Who's unhappy? It's every weekend they have something in Guyana. I mean, for the past 3 weekends, about a couple of weeks ago, Irfan Ali White had it called a Bollywood ball. You should see the fancy stuff they had, some fundraisers she's doing. Then last week they had Taste of Guyana on Main Street, and they had all this car show. And so when they an outsider look in and see, like they're saying, well, what are the opposition talking about? So that's where the opposition have to step up their game. And again, this whole thing they will have to try and get together, man. I'm telling you. The other thing I see that's happening, bro, I see some Afro-Guyanese are cussing out. There's a lady, her name is Claudine Ben. You should hear her cuss out, buddy.
Auntie Claudine cussing somebody again.
She cussing everybody, said, don't touch my president, don't, and my goodness. The other one is a criminal, should be a criminal, Kevin Lormer. This man got sentenced to 9 months. He's supposed to be in jail, right?
Yeah.
This guy is out there cussing people.
That's crazy.
You know.
That one takes the cake
people,
right there, buddy.
Yeah.
That one takes the cake right there, because if the sentence isn't up as yet, and even if it is, he was accused of not serving any of the time, so shouldn't there be, you know, more pending charges for that? Like, that's crazy right there.
Yeah, you know, also I saw somebody got shot yesterday. A gold miner got shot, right? And Mohamed put it up on his page, whatever. Now, allegedly, the gold miner that got shot, the person or the security company that shot him is some guy they were calling his name Sana. Sana is the guy who raised that 5% thing where Irfan Mohamed is getting a 5% cut back or whatever. Somebody in the background of that video is saying the mining that where the operation is going on, the mining stuff is connected to Irfan Ali, allegedly, right? So now the man, like, he's into gold also. So, like, so much stuff, bro, that is so questionable, right? There's a mall in Providence called the Amazonia Mall. They're saying it's some cricketer, Sarwan is there. But there's question about that also. He have a part of that. There's so much questions, and bro, it's very, very, I don't know how this is all going to play out, but I think at the end of the day, it's the people, I don't know when they're going to wake up, and also the people are scared also. I mean, they had a simple protest in Berbice for that little boy that got shot, right? And after a certain time, the riot squad came and just moved everybody off the street. So if you go out and protest now, maybe you have to get a permit. if you don't have a permit and you're not peaceful, they're not going to hesitate to send out the special force.
And not just
right?
that, too. There are a number, and while you're saying that, you know,
Yeah.
there are a number of aggravating factors that would have been amended into that bill, that if you wear a mask, you can get a number of extra years added to the charges. I remember some of the things that the Attorney General was saying about that during the time with the whole Adriana incident and persons coming out to protest. It's so sad with the things that's going on in the country. But in accordance with the poll, right, what are your views? Do you think that local law enforcement can go through and do the investigation for some of these allegations?
No, this will not be fair. These guys will override. These guys will they're intimidate the local people. No locals can do that. No way, right? Because of the buddy situation. I mean, these guys have got everybody covered, man. They got the army covered. They have the police covered. And that's the other thing also. It's where I'm not saying the army and police should be rebellious, but these guys will have to start standing up also and, stand for right, which is right, The other thing, bro, because if this thing is starting, if the president is getting accused of all of these things, tell me what the people below, when they're seeing what's going on, how can you expect them to have respect for stuff happening in Ghana? Because the police are out, if they're saying if the president can make a hustle, then who are we?
Exactly.
Everybody now is trying to, so the example, it starts from the top. And if the top, as you said, if the fish is stinking from the head, then it's going to come right all the way down.
Real thing. Powerful point. Thanks for calling in and sharing those insights with us.
No problem. Okay, but thanks.
Big up yourself to all the frequent travelers, everybody who's taken some time out to call in and share insightful commentary. And guess what? Samsung keeping us connected no matter where in the world we are located, right? Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. We have so many headlines.
Keeping us connected no matter where in the world we're located. A natural way to stay ready, baby. 'Cause I'm ready for you, Mr. C.
The ultimate male supplement, men's total wellness formula, packed with essential nutrients for men's health.
She'll call you Mr. C.
A butterfly black seed, loaded with antioxidants and essential nutrients for your body's needs. Breathe better, feel better, live healthier. All the benefits of black seed oil without the taste. 8 butterfly black seed capsule.
Butterfly.com. Healthy, wealthy, always. Big up to all the frequent travelers live with us right now.
That is what they are going to do. But I have a lot more to say on this thing. And I suspect that between now and when we come again Wednesday, you're going to hear more. Because I know they're going to write. They're going to send out the sycophants to come and to troll and to say all sort of things. I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for them. For let them come out. I am waiting for do me research and bring facts. Facts are stubborn things. Facts, So I was able to go back into the archives to pull up that Leonora property. Right? Because they're talking about this massive highway farm. Farmer Brown, you remember Lord Funny? Farmer Brown had a jackass. You remember that? I should play it one day. Farmer Brown. Farmer Brown. That is his turn, Farmer Brown. So he moved from Alibaba to Farmer Brown. Right? Look, again, let me show you all the vast expanse of property.
Wow.
Let me show you all. Let me remind you.
Wow.
And they're there. But this is what you get. This is what you all get. Vast expanse. Look. Look, big. Look, in the wilderness there. on the highway. Look, fancy house and so on. And the house get pool, look, pool. The man like pool, the house at Leno get pool with pool house. This one here, look like pool house and party place and all that. Look. And this man supposed to be a counter Dennis Cheval. This man is a devout Muslim. Dennis Cheval says so from the Marara Waves that the man is a devout Muslim. I don't know how many wives he has. Look, all this is big thing. And I couldn't show all because the platform didn't allow me to make a file. And if I had known, I would have made a second file, but I couldn't. That is what you get. That is what you get. And they come to tell you. So when, and again, I am encouraging thieving. Those who know me know. But when a policeman on the road take a Granger, and he think, oh, no, let jump down, as they should do. As they rightly should do. When a policeman take a bribe, they have a right to come down on him. But don't stop them, man. Don't stop there. Look at all the hundreds of millions and billions that is being siphoned after and so on. Look at all. Because I maintain if they're going to do this investigation, President said, but let me, I don't want to misquote him. He said, hold on. He said, insists that there was no state involvement or public financing tied to the agricultural operation. That is what he said. What about the development of the infrastructure, the road, the light, and so on? And then I asked the question here too. Are government employees, people who are paid by the government, made to work there, soldiers, police, are government vehicles used to transport workers? All them things I ask. So it's not only that whether you acquire the property since you came president, all of these things you have got to look into if you're going to do a proper investigation. How was the access road built? How was the electricity got there? How are government resources being used to upkeep the property? Was government resources used to clear the property as they did?
Hey, y'all hear the questions coming in right there from the top cop, a person with experience doing commissions of inquiry at a high rank and caliber. Y'all hear the questions and the insights coming in right there. You see why we need more persons like this? Honest, hard-working persons in law enforcement with integrity, so that we could really stamp out some of this corruption that's going on.
To Pradoville too. Do you have soldiers, police, and other government paid employees working there? Who are the people on your payroll? Look, you see, then I invite people to do the investigation. I can do them free. I can put together a team and I can do it free.
I'm telling you, don't create an uproar, because there's going to be a thorough investigation, I'm pretty sure, about what's going on right there. Well, guess what? Honorable Mr. McCoy has some views he would like to share about these most recent headlines and developments. Let's hear right now.
We witnessed the glaring desperation of a man who seeks to remake his image and repackage himself as the most caring and concerned citizen. But all he does is reveal his hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of Azruddin Mohamed is blinding and truly tells the dangers of a man who is Guyana's most notorious character, prone to criminality as described by the filings supporting his indictment by a United States court. This sudden love for Guyanese by Azruddin and the Mohammeds emerged after they found themselves in hot water, not because of love, but because it was the most accessible strategy to remake his image. The Mohammeds have secured triple-digit billion-dollar wealth through significant illegal activities. It has so far been recorded that they have evaded over $191 billion in taxes, in addition to other crimes spelled out in the United States criminal indictment of Azruddin and Nazar Mohamed. In Mohamed's futile masquerade across the country, his vengeful agenda unfolds to suggest corruption exists in every quarter of society. His main accomplishment on this trail is to divide communities, spew a barrage of lies and disinformation, all with the aim of distracting from the serious trouble he faces as the United States pursues his extradition. He offers no serious plan, no sensible policy, and no rational perspective on Guyana's development. In his latest masquerade episode, he visits the Soesdyke-Linden Highway once again and engages in one of the worst forms of mischaracterization and misdirection on the work being pursued on the highway corridor. It must be known that a significant portion of that area includes villages with informal settlements. They are persons squatting on both private and state lands, but the government has not ignored them. 4 housing schemes are already being pursued along the highway with the aim of regularizing the situation, bringing communities into conformity with proper housing standards, and giving people access to better, safer, and more formal living conditions. That means order. That means planning. That means ownership documents. That means dignity. And beyond those 4 schemes, the search for additional lands is continuing so that more families can be moved into organized communities with proper services and security of tenure.
A lot of different sides to what's going on, right? So we heard from the leader of the opposition. We get a chance to hear from persons in VPAC. Now we're hearing from none other than Honorable Mr. McCoy, giving us some insights from a different political spectrum. What are your views, Delta9 travelers? Over here, we just analyze as many sides to what's going on so we could suss out the real details and move forward in our decision making with a foundation that is rooted in understanding. Why? Because we analyze it in a neutral way. You know what I mean? We had right thinking conversations on it, and we're able to scrutinize the details of what's going on from different persons. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yo, he reading from something somebody writes and Bro, you could watch and see reading something while he's talking. He's not talking on a flow of what he's saying coming from within it. He's reading something, his eye movement from top to bottom.
Prompted?
Yeah, he'll give it up for read.
Mm-hmm.
Housing scheme they're building now, the building housing scheme now, push up Ali Farm. But when they went there, they had break down all these people out there. And I was in Guyana when some of these houses get break down.
Mm-hmm.
You have 150 acres of land. This thing that is bleeding right now, bro. That's how I feel. And it's to see how they make Guyanese homeless.
Yeah.
They care damn about these people, by from mother to child, father to wife, grandfather to grandmother, auntie to uncle that tear down these people's house, bro, without no feeling. And you, bro, he Kwame what? He all them getting the living lad look out, he just sent the unit over here and all that thing. But some of these people don't even have that, bro. They just show up what they have and you break down people, you know, long these people work to build these little things so that they could live a little comfortable.
The man
And
don't
you
care about
come
the
and
smaller
take
people,
over
right?
100 something acre land.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you is part of the government. That makes sense, bro. They got so much, they got more land than people want land in Guyana.
Yeah.
More land than people want land in Guyana. Guyana is a million people yet. It's only the Venezuela. Forget the Venezuela. Let's talk about Guyanese. Them not a million Guyanese in Guyana yet. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. And you come in reading a script they give you for read. And saying you're speaking from your own soul. You're speaking from what you think. You're speaking their word. I'm watching it. I deal with it.
Big up yourself. Thanks for calling in. I'm telling you, people analyzing what's being presented and saying, oh, that seems so scripted. Oh, that seems as if there's just something that was put together and say, hey, present this. What are we really going to see implemented so that Guyana ain't got to wonder about what's going on with the resources and persons benefiting from the land? Because guess what? Young people are analyzing the situation. People on the ground looking at the situation like this.
Oh, young people are talking to me, young people, we there to come in this place, allowing these people for just treat we anyhow, push we, shock we, walk over we, and them living calm, happily, stress-free and them thing. And we got stressing day to day trying to do we also for survive, and them man living nice for we resources, nice for these buy it. No, President Ali, you got 150 acres on this just one property out of the hundreds of property that you own, right? 150 acres. And they get many people like me that don't even get 1 acre, 2 acres. Most just forget 5 acres or piece of land in this place, right? So it's showing me like, yeah, this feel that, oh, yeah, own this whole country. And this country belongs to you. So when people come for piece of land, that's the idea to like, you never on we side, you come into it. Yeah, it's like who you want to give, who you don't want to forgive. It's so it's what they really thought is God put me in this God on. But now we get to understand it's like you're trying to tell me that yeah, is the boss in this place. Can me understand? Forget the people them money for the cash grant. You got to tell them about the bank account and this and them thing. And the same bank, election time, call people up. Hello, good afternoon, good day, sir. This doesn't call you election time. Hi, good day, sir, good afternoon. I'm calling to inform you that your account is no longer active at our establishment. This is coming from management. We have no other further information to advise you as to how your account is being closed. But you can come to us, inquire about, the account and why it's being closed. Further information. Thank you. I hope that you have a nice day. Bam. This is the information going to close your account because them get information from the higher heads who's are when people account other people from other
country. And that man is going on in history as the most hated president and the most corrupt president Guyana ever have. Imagine this man make born. I'm looking so innocent right now. And for all of the farmers, the livestock farmers and the fisher folks, this message is for you. Imagine you vote for a person that you think gonna help you with your job and with your livestock and with your farm, not realizing that you are voting for your biggest competitor. Imagine your competitor is not someone overseas, it's not a foreign country, or it's not a company coming in the country. Your biggest competitor is the man that you vote for. Imagine the man is competing against your business, and you feel that the man is going to help you with your livestock, and the fisher folks, you feel the man is going to help you when he himself is doing the same job as you, minding fish. And for the livestock farmers, you feel Irfan is going to help you when he have the same thing as you, and when he need the market, same as you. Imagine Irfan is running this country as a business to gain more profit to put in his pocket rather than put it in the country and into his citizen. Imagine that man is climbing on the poor people back in this country to get on the top. So a message to the rice farmers and the livestock farmers and the fisher folks that your competitor in this country is.
Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Yeah, my brother. You see that youth is a positive youth who just started, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so who's the person here you have on your screen, the reading the scriptures? Now, I don't know the person. Who's the person? The person?
That is Honorable Mr. McCoy.
There's a person, my brother. Because I don't know the different parties that you know, my brother. This is that is a person you said? Now, my brother, you see this thing is, only now, it's just a big blackberry sheep.
Mm.
You got to feel you're going to do the blackberry sheep farm. Now the thing comes out and all the gas cleared and then process the clearance, the this and that. Now you see again, the man brought another revelation. Now they're deciding, oh, we have this in progress and so give people this and give people watch, my brother. Yeah? You see all of them came out now? Yeah? Them is coming out, they came out now. Yeah, my brother?
Positive.
And you know, all of them in that circle remind me of somebody right now where everybody is liable to. Anytime you start anything crap about that is okay, gun. So you got to stock up to that loyalty. Yeah, but there's no going on in the my brother. You understand? It's getting real rare, bro. It's getting real rare, young people. Look, the man went to a program the other day. Start a young girl. The girl said she's got 20-something. The girl said, man, I'm waiting for a piece of land because of years now, me, this thing, and this land. Oh, you want the land? Oh, the girl said, of course you want the land. I thought I gave my boy, are you ready for bill? You make a laugh of it. Now you are the president. See young people around there, around you. And you make a joke like you're asking you, oh, you ready for land? What crap is doing, brother? Yeah?
You see,
the girl don't say you are years to the shop kind of shit, getting nothing, she grab a piece of thing for bill. And you will say, oh, you ready for land? Look, you as the president of the to give me a name and thing, and somebody gonna contact you tomorrow for you to develop you yourself. Because you're a young entrepreneur. You understand? But this man have no thing for you people in society. And this man just stop it in the ass of the back of Guyanese people. And we say, I'm allowing this man to do that. As a nation.
You probably don't think that you got the same ambitions as a young person to want, not 150, at least a 25. A little 30, you could do something for you, understand me?
You don't want so much, you just want 1 acre. Just one. You don't want so much.
Hey, Guyana too big and we're too much of a wealthy nation for persons estimate themselves for any 1 acre body.
Yes, sir.
We don't have to we live in one life, we want to live it wealthy.
If I be president, my brother, then it gets like a fire. No other party coming to remove me, you know. Because you know why? If I see $5, I'm making sure everybody gets something out of the $5, my brother. But these people are very selfish, my brother.
Yeah.
They giving poor people nothing, and saying why the people that look to see something, now you can't get my brother. I really think we are retiring, telling you
Hold on. Remember when we growing up? Because I know just from the reason and them thing, it seems like if we could be in the same age group, right? From me growing up hearing this thing all the time, the family say, hey, any person you see is lie, is more than likely that they're gonna be a thief. Plus, they would even take it as far, you understand, to do other things, other even more nefarious
acts. Yeah, because one is a thief, Once it's a thief, it's a murderer, and they don't go down the line. Because you got to protect yourself at all times. You got to protect yourself.
And we hearing this conversation for a while now about these these cash grants for people who behave themselves.
And I heard PMU told them next year is the next grant. If they behave themselves, they get it this year.
We can't grab power. We can't work president and everybody you for doing this thing. Look at all the ministers there with a smile like this, and not a thing happens, none of them. Look at Trinidad, 250 officers on the line to get fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look at Guyana. Look at the difference in Guyana, bro.
And you see how Camilla is calling it out?
She fired 17 cabinet ministers, my brother.
Yeah, you see how
you fire one up to now.
You see how Camilla brave and bold and calling them out in the parliament? Say, hey, all of y'all.
Exactly. And look, she pursued this matter. Going to CCJ,
yeah.
With this current leader.
Yeah.
CCJ going.
Yeah.
And we as Guyanese, bro, the opposition signed a resignation, the president, and he said he needs backing from the rest of opposition members.
Real thing.
I wanted to listen to that part.
Yeah.
I want to know if they listen to that part.
So it's a unity or else.
But one thing I want to ask before I go.
Yeah.
I'm here by Christopher, I'm there. Did you hear back from him recently?
Who's that?
Oh, come on, the man was there in the comment section.
Oh, Chris that's commenting on the live.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
I want to have heard from him. So could you send him a message and say, yeah, like certain things was going on in Ghana, so we could get an idea in the brother? Thank you very much.
Big up yourself, one love. Yeah. Chris, you hear this man calling out? You gotta call in and sanction about what's going on right here. The man saying he hear from you for a while. You wanna know what are your views on these most recent headlines, Chris? What are your views? Call in, don't be afraid. Give your opinion on these most recent headlines. Big up to all the travelers right now in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. We got so many persons live with us. Ladies and gentlemen, did you take a couple of seconds yet to make sure that you thumbs up the live? Thumbs up the live. More than 600 persons live with us right now on different platforms. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. PA, Insightful Moderation, is saying good evening to the venerable host, Delta9 Media, and all the astute patriots in the chat. Big up yourself, PA, and thanks for tuning into this live presentation. Reginald, Mr. Soup Drinker, Bailey, Guyanese don't want. Who's it? Reginald, you can't put these words in the chat. It's gonna mess around with the algorithm and it's not good, right? For the it's not good for the live. So I have to delete the comment. You gotta put it back, but we could communicate without them type of expletives and them thing, right? Big up yourself nonetheless. I know you probably just get heated because of what's going on. One of our moderators, Kev, what's going on? Kev is saying 2 to 5 billion citizens can get $100,000 a month. I'm telling you. Kev is asking for them to reopen the 19 fraud charges. Greetings, you're on to Delta9 Media Live.
Delta, sorry for Reginald. I like Reginald, you know. I like him bad, you know, but sorry for him.
Huh?
I know he's frustrated, Reginald.
I know. No, he could still comment. He could still comment, but I have to check out the comment because if the comment stays, it's going to be bad. I'm telling you, yeah. People getting frustrated, yeah. Big up yourself. I just had to take out the one comment. Like I say, I know person sometimes might get heated in the comments and they might, slip out of one and two. Because we are big people, mean acting like if we don't communicate like the certain places. But when you're on people platform, you gotta go by the people rules. You know what I'm saying? Pick up yourself to all the travelers that are live with us right now. Ashmini Ali is saying that man mouth is full of lies. I'm telling you, persons are analyzing this situation and saying, but wait, is what really going on? We hearing about this cash grant. We hearing all of these conversations about no stone unturned and all of these things. It seems like if it's just a bundle of lies. Big up yourself, Ashmini. Thanks for being a part of the live and for dropping those insights into the comment section. I'm telling you, we got a whole lot of travelers with us, some new travelers, frequent travelers, moderators, everybody. 13 we're going on. Morning, even seeing good. Big up yourself. Thanks for tuning in to the live. Jermaine, don't forget a vocal ABC alphabet during 2020. Where are all these people and organizations now? I'm telling you, real thing was all of the big boys, them all of the countries that were vocal about the whole levels of corruption. Big up yourself, Jermaine. That's a powerful point. Where's everybody now when these things are getting exposed? And I want to bring back that point that one of the callers was just making. Hopefully persons are paying attention to the points that the opposition leader is saying when he said, listen, I call in for this resignation, but I need the support of all the other persons in opposition as we move forward in this junction. Big up to everybody right now that's live with us. I'm telling you, we got so many headlines for us to get into, so many headlines for us to update one another with on this live presentation. After saying this, I'm tired of this cabal. Their place is to be behind bars. I'm telling you, persons is calling them out. Pick up yourself, Ash. Thanks for being a part of this live presentation. Nav Joe saying the PPP cult members are the ones who are enabling the fleecing of our country's wealth by their leaders. Sad situation. Well, guess what? We're catching up with some of the leaders right now, Navjo. Some of the leaders from where? Some of the leaders from WIN, right? Recently had a sit down with Soesdyke-Linden, one of the top journalists on the ground right now in Guyana. Sources right here on YouTube is where you can go to see the entire interview with the leader from WIN. And he was giving us these insights about what's going on with one of our very important resources, the sugar industry. Right now, he's going to make a comparison between what's going on right now under the present PPP and what was going on back when the PNC were in government in comparison to sugar in the country and how these resources were being handled. Listen, a very insightful and important thing for us to analyze, because this is one of our older resources and still Very important because a number of our brothers and sisters as well are going to be affected by this industry. Let's listen to the leader right now.
88,000 tons of sugar in 2020. That is when the PPP got back in office. In 2021, that was a full year plus for the PPP. They produced 57,000 tons of sugar, 58,000 tons of sugar. Now, in one calendar year, you fell short over 30,000 tons of sugar. And here it is, 2 years after, which is 2022, they produced 47,000 tons of sugar. So if you take 88,000 tons of sugar at the end of 2020, and by the end of 2022, you produced 47,000 tons of sugar, that is where the questions should have been asked. Why are you over 41,000 tons of sugar reduction in 2 calendar year? And this brings me to the point, which I would like to perhaps restate or re-emphasize. That was the period when the PPP began to put their boys in position. And let me be practical, who perhaps never run a stall at the roadside or a snack it, and were made chief executives and directors and so forth on the board, etc. These are the things that happen in our country. And I speak of uniqueness, always remember the word. Gaisuku is very unique. It's indeed dynamic and requires people with the know-how, an industry that survived nearly 400 years ago. So when you come now to the question that you're asking me, PPP speaks about bringing back the industry to life. But how do you do that? That's rhetorical. Where is the strategic plan? A strategic plan was presented in 2021, early 2021, to reopen Skeldon, Rosal, and Moore and Wales. And the total cost would have been in the vicinity of between 23 billion Ghana dollars. I personally met with the Senior Minister of Finance, Dr. Ashley Singh, and at the Arthur Chung Conference Center. And we had about 2-hour deliberations on that plan. The bottom line, he said to me, we don't have the money. So I said, okay, then we can look at option B. One, before we go to option B1, you must remember that in your campaign, you were saying throughout the country that you will be opening the sugar industry. You never said, I think we will reopen, but we have to look at it. You said openly at every campaign, we will reopen the sugar industry. Now you were saying in 2021, we don't have the money to reopen. So I gave them an option. I said among the 4 estates, Skeldon, we're talking about economies of scale. Skeldon has the ability to produce about 90,000 to 100,000 tons of sugar. And that is by virtue of the size of the cultivation and size of the factory. So what you can do, it will take about $7 billion to reopen Skeldon alone. And if you combine Rosal and combine Enmore and Wales, then you will barely reach that 90,000 tons of sugar. So instead of spending money in 3 factories, do 1. And you will generate revenue from that 1 factory to move to the other factory. You don't have to really find this money. And then you can move. So by 2025, that's what I said to them then. By 2025, you'll be able to fulfill your campaign promises that you've made. But I'll tell you this. This government, the PPP, has no interest for the sustainability of the sugar industry. 0 interest. And I say this against the background that when Skeldon had its problem with the factory, not the cultivation. Cultivation was brand new. The cultivation was producing unprecedented 120, 130 tons of cane per hectare. You never heard that in the industry before. Virgin lands, rich soils, good agronomical practices, mechanical layouts, high production. The problem was in some quarters in the factory, some components in the factory. So what should have been done is to quickly form a team, independent team, no connections, so that you want to please the bosses, and get the factory fixed.
Definite steps and insights being prescribed by the leader from Team Win. Big up to the entire Team Win out here doing the work of the people, analyzing one of our industries that is very important, even though it's been under a lot of stress recently. What are your views, Delta 9 travelers? Drop it into the comment section. Call it in as we analyze these details right here. Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Yes, Delta. You know why they don't want to Mali factory anymore? Well?
Pardon me?
You know why they don't interested in opening these cane factory anymore?
Well, because the amount that they are able to produce at, one is at a loss with the market prices right now. And
no.
Yeah.
That's not it. What is worth money to the PPP government than the sugar, the land?
Okay.
Well, you know, when you go back to Sophia was a cane, was part of the cane industry where they used to plant cane before the squad and build up them out.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the people them show the government how valuable the land is, and you don't have to pay nobody to cut and plant cane, and depend on outsiders to import your sugar where you gotta export and spend money. All you just do is get the land, let the land sit up for a while, the factory break, the factory start, you do everything now and you start building. Guess what? When you build as the government, like Kadida has the land, everything now, you ain't got to depend on foreign money to export and import and pay anybody to cut sugar cane and this and that stuff. You put a couple of hotel and thing and you charge a rent and money.
Okay.
You understand?
So you said it's about things are about to switch up.
I look in this thing, I look at that, how these guys looking at it. That's how they looking. So when these guys sit down talking about what they need to do and do, just you sit down and say, yeah, I think it's what we want to do. You gotta let us sit there. We trying to stay in here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And when once we stay in it, we gonna set it up. If we get put out, and we gonna fight for come back in. Once we get put out, whoever going after we a different government, it's gonna be hard to them to scale it. Guess what? They can't fix it. It doesn't mash up already.
Real thing. I'm telling you, person said the industry done mash and can't fix. Well, listen, let's hope that they're able to transfer something so that the persons that are part of the industry are compensated and they're not devastated by the industry and the way that it's going right now. Let's hope that they're able to transfer it into something else, convert a way that persons that are already part of that industry will be a part of whatever new is to come in that area, if that's one of the things. Well, guess what? The doctor is giving us one of his analysis, and we're going to hear these details right now. Big up to all the travelers that are in the chat. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation. Big up yourself, Dr. Hines. Wherever you're there, big up the entire WPA APNU team.
But so did Booker's, and so did Alcon. I know. But today, it's not just Exxon robbing us. It's our PPP government robbing us too. That's the difference. Back under the PNC, they rigged the election. They engaged in assassinations, political assassinations. They were intolerant of dissent. What they didn't do was to economically rob Guyanese. There was nothing to rob Guyanese. The little they got, they engaged in economic nation building. The PPP today, like the PNC, they're engaging in rigging. They're engaging in assassination and economic violence, robbing us blind. You see, I have to talk the truth of then to talk the truth of now. Part of our problem with the PPP is that some of our politicians don't want to talk the truth of then. So they can't effectively talk about the truth of now. You see, the PNC rigged the election because they reasoned that Indians control the economy and Africans must control the politics. So in order to do it, you got to rig. The PPP of today reasoned that in order to control the wealth that is coming from oil, you have to control the politics. And just as the PNC back then didn't have a majority, the PPP today don't have a majority. So what they have to do? Rig. They rig the politics. They're rigging the economics. They're rigging the culture. And they want me to talk about the rigging of the 1970s and the 1980s. And not talk about the rigging of today. They want me to talk about what the Granada television came in 1968 and found rigging in Guyana. And they don't want me to talk about Order 60 in 2020 that exposed the wholesale rigging of the PPP. They're telling, imagine, people are PPP, but they're giving APNU advice. How you gonna give your opponent advice? Anytime you're giving your opponent advice is ram goat advice. Your formula to win is to preach race to Indian people, to keep them politically in line, to buy Amerindian votes, and to rig a GCOM. That's your formula to win. That's the PPP's formula. And you're telling PNC, if you want to win, go after crossover votes. Go to hell. I can say it. And I will say it. Because I belong to an independent party. I wish the PPP were to say it. The PNC were to say it. I wish the PNC were to say it as I am saying it. Go to hell. You rigging, you buying vote, and you preaching race to your constituency and telling me not to preach race to my constituency. When I preach race to my constituency, I'm preaching the truth.
An analysis coming in from the doctor himself, giving us some insights from his political perspective. So we could suss out what's going on in the political realm in our country. It's very important, Big up to everybody that's live with us right now. I see Christopher had a response. Dion, you see Christopher responding to you, sir? Could your call that knows everything answer the question I asked? Okay. So he's saying that persons that called in would have answered the questions already. So he's not hiding, he's right here. And he's definitely commenting. Big up yourself, Christopher. Thanks for being a part of the live. All opinions are, respected as long as they're respectful right here on Delta9 Media. Remember now, your perspective is your perspective. Big up yourself. JJ, thanks for tuning in. JJ is saying big up and love the insight. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of the live and for dropping comments in the comment section. Make sure that you subscribe so you could catch us live at another time, JJ. Kival, Guyanese people must be happy and wealthy. Why is there no outrage and protest in the streets? Year after year after year, they do the same thing. Real thing. Real thing. Guyanese people must be happy and wealthy. And if we don't seek it and we don't ensure that that's the reality that we're going to experience, there's always the alternative, sad and impoverished. And who wants to experience that, knowing that this experience that we call life is fleeting, buddy? Everybody around we getting grown, getting older. As we look around and we analyze it, it's only but so many elections that we're gonna have. So when you hear stalwarts like Dr. Hines analyzing certain things for us, it's important that we take these big lectures that is just a regular conversation for a doctor that would have been dealing with this since Walter Rodney them time. And we, as the young ones now, dissect it and get the insights coming in from a mind like Dr. Hines so we could figure out and move forward with right footing, because there's only but so much elections. We get 50, 60 years to enjoy each other company in a country that we call Guyana with all of this wealth and resources. 60 years, right? That's 12 elections, right? 12 before some of us are too old to care, before some of us are gone. 12 fives is 60. Still remember my tables. Big up to all the travelers and everyone that calls in, everybody that drop insights into the comment section, everybody that make this live presentation what it is. Kival, big up yourself. What are the views now of the persons that were participating in the poll? Do you believe that the GPF or local bodies are capable of investigating a sitting president? 22% is saying yes, law enforcement is independent in Guyana. 24% is saying no. The president immunity would block it. And then we have 54%, more than half of the persons participating in the poll is saying, bring in the FBI. But guess what? The FBI got to be brought in by the same person that is going to be a part of their investigation. So what are the odds of that even being something that went down? I bet you we might hear, guess who might come in? Guess who might come back for run the investigation? Guess who their mom might bring back? Allegedly. Hey, not the same person that was running the investigation in the case with Adriana, rising power to her and condolences to her family. What if they bring back that same person to do the investigation? What are we gonna say then? about those findings. I'm telling you. You know, we've been doing great things all over the world as a people, and sometimes it's good that we highlight some of these things. Big up to all of the persons live with me right now. Did you know about this piece of history right here? As we take the flight to a whole different altitude right now on Delta9 Media.
Oh, 77. So he was 35 when he did this. See the little things that you 35? Shanty, that's
Yup,
like
founder of
years.
Chicago.
That's like 2 years for us.
The things we could do.
Wow. Oh, 77. So he was 35 when he did this. See the little things that you 35? Shanty, that's
Yup,
like
founder
years.
of Chicago.
That's like 2 years for us.
The things we could do.
The Haitian person that founded, the Haitian brother that founded Chicago, just a youngster when he would have done it, right? So many great things that we step out and we would have done in history and in the present. There even is history on the books that is saying that a number of persons came from Barbados and did a number of things in South Carolinas and throughout the Carolinas. Big up to all of the travelers from around the Caribbean and all the persons that are definitely supporting independent media. Thanks to Deborah for
That
that
SOP was broken. The police
donation to the
decided to
platform.
chase him. He slammed into a post, and just like that, his life lost. The police is being accused of hitting him with their vehicle in an attempt to stop him. And so we're here, we're lending support to his family, we're lending support to his friends, his neighbors, his entire community who've come out to show their support for this youngster. It's not a youngster that is known to being a criminal. Like I said, just wrote CXC. And while he's awaiting his results, he has gone into with one of his friends who is 19, I think, is teaching him mechanic. Right? So that's why we're here. We're lending our support to this family. Delan, tell the people something. Because we're going to close this live just now, in a bit. What you got to say?
Good night, everyone.
Speak up, speak up.
You hear me clearly?
I don't know if they're going to hear you.
The listening viewers, we're here tonight in support of Alta King. And it's great to see an entire community came out to support him. As the open saying goes, it takes a whole community to raise a child. But when a child is snatched out of that community, and I would like to say untimely, the community comes out and they come together, they pull together, and they pour out their all into that family. We asking all Chinese, all viewers, to instances like this, that in CPO, you have Victoria Young, you can even go to Kia Fortunate, you can even go to Henry Boys, you can go to Harris Singh, and the list goes on. How much more? We ask, how much more? We have to stand for something, or we will fall for nothing. Because I'm going to come back and fly in this week to take
want to. It's like you see, we're not scared of camera. As we bust him out, we open him out, because if we keep quiet, this is gonna happen over and over. So we can't keep quiet, right? And it's important because sometimes we get beaten to submission, like if we're back in slavery days, you know? People do till we shut him out. Yeah. But guys, I just want to get a view of what's happening here. Good night. So, if you notice, right? If you guys notice, right? Most of these young men in this community, I don't know if everybody's from this community, but if you see bikes, this is their mode of transportation. Every one of them might not have a license. That's not what we're saying. All right, guys, so that's it for us. Foreigners are coming into this country. I'm going to say this again. They are riding, they're traversing the streets of our country. We welcome good foreigners who are doing good things. But immigrants are coming to this country. They're riding motorcycles. They're driving cars. Nobody is even harassing them. Nobody's even looking at them and thinking that they don't have documentation for the motorcycle or a license. But as soon as a Guyanese youngster is spotted on a yang, a police officer decides that he's going to go behind him. And if for some reason he rides away, they're going to chase you down. They're going to chase you down till he stops. It's either he crash into a car, it's either he endanger the life of another civilian. They don't care once he stops. And the funny thing about this whole situation is that the officer that is accused of killing this youngster knows him. So he knows exactly where he lives. He knows his grandparents. He knows his friends, because they all got bikes. So they've encountered them before. As a matter of fact, Altaf's bike was seized by the police officer and he went to the station. Now imagine a 16-year-old without a license got arrested, his bike was confiscated and impounded at the police station. And he went back with his friend a couple of days after and got his cycle from out to the same station. This is the same. He said he fought off his bike, you know. He went to the station himself, dealt with whichever police officer he had to deal with, and came out with that same motorcycle. So tell me what the problem there. Where is the problem? Understand what we're talking about. This is not a case where a genuine police officer sees a youngster riding and say, hey, I know you don't have a license, come park this bike. No, this is somebody who determined that, hey, you know what? You riding away from me, you're disrespectful, I'm going to pursue you until you stop. And the youngster lost his life in the process. And that's why we're here. We're not here because we're condoning youngsters to ride without license or ride without documentation. That's not the point. What we're saying is that the police officers need to be more conscious, and they're sworn to serve and to protect, and that is what they're supposed to do. This is not a youngster that was identified as a criminal that might have in his possession 2 AK-47, 4 grenades, and he's riding around the street. No, this is just a teenager who just wrote CXC, is a mechanic apprentice, waiting his CXC results, and is riding around his community. And the police officer knows he ain't got a license. He knows that he knows exactly where he lives. So if you know all of that, you understand? Why not beckon to him, use your siren, a loud hailer, beckon to him, say stop. He doesn't stop. He rides away from you. You spin back late in the evening, exactly where he's living or his father living, and you tackle him. So the police could have stopped The police could have stopped, allow him to go his way, come back the next day to his parents' house and search for the bike and confiscate the bike. But they didn't do that. And that's why it's so, we're here, because it's just rogue. It's just rogue policing. It's rogue policing. And rogue policing don't come to an end because one police decided he's not going to be rogue anymore. This has to be a decision. This has to be a leadership decision. You have to understand as a leader in the police force that there's an issue at your rank, at the level of your ranks. And just as how we figured out that we want tint, that tint was a problem, I'm saying long before tint, rogue police officers were a problem. And so it is the duty of the commissioner of police, commissioners of police, the assistant commissioners, it is the duty of the presiding minister of Home Affairs to address this issue. As much energy and vigor and vitality as she did with the tint, she must do it to ensure that the SOPs are crafted in such a way that this does not occur and that bad apples in the police force is weed out. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to keep you any longer. Thank you very much for staying on this live. Thank you very much for sharing. Keep sharing this live. So, so that this message will get out. Thank you very much. I'm going to say bye-bye right now.
Big up to all the travelers still live with us in the chat. We get a chance to catch up with some details from the ground with one and a number of other members, I'm sure, that are there from the team APNU, and I'm sure that Vin is going to be out there and other persons, other citizens and stuff like that. Again, condolences to his family and rising power to our everlasting energy. We only here, right? Dust in the wind for a temporary time. But for our brother to be taken out in that manner, so young, so many things ahead of him, right? Now a person who's known by the police to be no bad boy and them type of thing. Can't treat we one another like this, buddy. You can't see, it ain't making no sense. Now what's gonna become of this? Listen, we're gonna make sure we bring you all the updates. Big up yourself, Christopher. Christopher saying, Mr. James ran the farm. I work there part-time, plucking chicken. Which farm you talking about, Chris? Which farm you referencing right here, so Mr. Chris? Is it the same farm in question that the opposition leader was highlighting? This is the fact, Mr. Know-It-All. Who's Mr. Know-It-All? Who is Mr. Know-It-All? You're referring to someone in the chat. Big up yourself, Chris. Thanks for dropping these insights in the comment section. I'm not too sure. I'm guessing we're going to be analyzing this as we move forward. Jeffrey saying, okay, Jeffrey saying this. See the government robbing the Guyanese citizens. When they get catched, they give a cash grant. Well, hey, that means they got another cash grant coming in very soon and very shortly, because look at what's being exposed right now, allegedly by the leader of the opposition. So there might be another cash grant coming up. I'm telling you, it's crazy when we think about it like that, right? Right, Jeffrey? Thanks for being a moderator and for dropping insightful commentary like that in the comment section. PA, Jeffrey, Paulette, Kev, Swan Girl, all the moderators, everybody that support the channel, everybody that donated. Deborah, thanks for donating to the channel and for participating in the live. Big up to everybody else that would have commented and made the live what it was. Ash, thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation. Ash is saying, Ashmini is saying, this is Chris. Okay. So, Chris, you get two different, you're coming in from two different channels. I'm glad you subscribe to me from, a number of different things. Big up yourself nonetheless, Chris, and thanks for supporting the channel and for being a part of the live, right? Thanks for tuning in and for giving us your opinion. Remember, all opinions are valid. That's your opinion. You know what I mean? And ultimately, everybody might not think in the same way. And as long as you're respectful and being disrespecting one another, it can make no sense as big people be coming out and being a part of a live for disrespect and them type of things. That make no sense. You know what I mean? We don't depend on the right over here. Big up to all the frequent travelers and everybody that comes through calling, every single person that participates on the live. Thanks for tuning in and for making this live presentation what it is. Make sure you thumbs up the live on your way out, buddy, because we would have landed. But how you gonna know when we taking off again? You gotta subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it will keep you connected with everything trending in Guyana and in the diaspora. So make sure that you're subscribed to Delta9 Media. One love every single time. I'll catch you in the next live presentation or pre-recorded video. Big up yourself to all of those that will catch this one in the rewind in the future. One love every time. And thanks for being a part of this platform.